Hey everyone, Jose here from Rivian Tracker, and welcome to another Rivian software update video. Today we're going to be talking about 2025.34 and all the fun things it has and what it doesn't have. And I'll tell you in a second what that means. That's right, it is that time of the month again where we get to talk about a new Rivian software update, which is my favorite part of every month. A couple of new things with this one. For Gen 2 owners, we got enhanced highway assist as well as co-steer. What does that mean? Well, we now have 50% more hands-free while driving on mapped roads on the Rivian. That doesn't mean that we're getting 50% more roads that you can drive on. No. What that means is 50% more roads that already worked, but now you can do hands-free on. And I've experienced that already on the highway, and I'll take you here in a little bit to check it out on a road that I knew for a while it would just stop. It was a highway where hands-free would just be like, nope, take over the wheel. Sorry, I don't know what to do. Now it doesn't do that. As well as introducing co-steer for Gen 2, which will allow you to kind of decide where you want to sit on the lane briefly, right? So like if you're passing an 18-wheeler on the side and you want to like scoot to the left of the lane a little bit, you can do that without disengaging your highway assist. So far, I have found that to be very easy to use, although I haven't used it as often as I thought I would, but it's still a really cool feature to have. More importantly, in this update, Rivian has introduced what they call their smart charging schedule. The team worked really hard. I want to give a shout out to Cyril at Rivian and the whole team over there for working really hard on this one, with coming up with the ability to be able to set up in the app what energy plan you have at home. So then the vehicle can decide to charge in off-peak hours and save you up to 20% in savings every month by charging at off-peak hours. This is very easy, and I'll walk you through what that looks like in the mobile app to set up. All you have to do is set it up, and once you're done, the vehicle will handle it all. All you have to do is plug it in when you get home, and it will do everything for you without having to worry. Additionally, Rivian has introduced some enhancements to the audio settings, mainly being able to set up your own EQ or equalizer settings and being able to save them and even give them a name. So you have two profiles now that you can kind of save them, and those are saved to the vehicle. You can also adjust, and they've made some adjustments to, like, call out the bass, the lows, the mids. So those of us who don't really know too much about it can finally understand what it is that you're adjusting. So I'm going to walk you through all this and show you what it all looks like in the vehicle starting now. All right, so here we've jumped into the Rivian mobile app. You want to make sure you have version 3.5 or above in order to be able to do this. But once you're here in the app of the vehicle, if you hit here where it says you can hit the energy card. We're going to scroll on down, and there's a new little card that pops up that says charge off-peak and safe. We'll recommend a schedule for off-peak times in your area when energy rates may be lower. So we're going to hit get started. You get a little graphic here that tells you, about off-peak charging. It's a better grid for all and smarter scheduling. You'll then confirm your address and hit continue. And then it's going to ask you to select your utility provider. In my case, I have Duke Energy Florida, so I'll hit next. And it's going to search for utility plans. Now, if you have multiple utility plans, it will show up here as different ones. I only have one option here. So this will show me that I can charge Monday through Friday, so weekdays, from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's considered my off-peak hours. And then Saturday and Sunday, I can charge all day with no issues. If you hit Explore Utility Plans, it will show if you have other plans there. But again, like I said, I only have one. Here it shows you Duke Energy, which is my regular plan. So let's say if I hit that, it will show you, the schedule here. But I have the AEV charging bill credits plan, which gives me a credit every month to my bill if I charge within these hours. So I will click set schedule. And that is literally it, you guys. Now, if we come here to the schedule, you'll see off-peak charging Monday through Friday. If I click on this, it will show you when it starts. So it'll start tonight at 11 p.m. and then at 5 a.m. tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday will be a all-day event for charging. And that is all you have to do. Let me show you what it looks like in the vehicle side. On the vehicle side, if we click on the energy icon and we go to charging and we view the schedule, you can't actually set up the schedule here, but you will be able to see it. So you can see here that my weekend is all day, my weekday is 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. like I mentioned in the vehicle, like I mentioned earlier, and then it says schedule can be managed in the mobile app. You can always override it and hit custom, and you can do set schedule, and it will let you activate a specific manual schedule. Otherwise, off-peak is what it will remain at. You can obviously turn it on and off if you like. And then this just, as normal, it'll show your graph, your level, your schedule. So that is what the off-peak charging looks like. If we go into the music app here and click on the settings icon, which is this little icon down here in the corner, you now have kind of a redesigned look at the equalizer screen. So like always, you can tap the little 3 icons and you get your defaults that you have here. But now you get 2 new custom options here at the bottom, and you can tap them and you can make adjustments as you like. I'm just adjusting. Don't actually judge what this is. This is not real. But then you can tap here the little pencil and give it a name if you like. And then once you're done with that, it will save it. And that's all you have to do. Nothing else, nothing you have to worry about. If you go back to your music tab, it'll say EQ settings saved to your profile. And if you come back here, it will be there. Of course, you always come back and change it to something else. As you can see, I adjusted this rock EQ a little bit to bring in the bass. And so it shows custom because it is not the default. But you can always tap this little icon here in the corner, that one, to reset it and take it back to what it looks like. So this is the new EQ settings and what it looks like, and the ability to be able to save your own custom EQ settings to your profile. Also exciting news, and while Rivian announced a while back that Iona chargers are going to be added to the nav, that still hasn't happened, but Pilot Flying J have been added, and now you can see the chargers pop up here as well as charger availability, so if they're available or not, as well as any amenities as usual, site details. It'll show you how much it costs to charge there. And they also have remote start, so you can actually start charging when you get there. So that's exciting. I don't have a lot of Pilot Flying J's. You can see the nearest one to me is in St. Augustine with a charger. But that is also there, and it'll pop up in your navigation when you're navigating and ensure that, if it's a good option for you to charge at. All right, I've gone full wide lens angle on this, so sorry for the weird distortion. But here we are. This is a section of 429 in Central Florida that has mapped roads, but for some reason did not have hands-free for a while. But now it does. So this is part of that 50% additional roads getting more hands-free ability. So now I can pretty much ride this whole highway from top to bottom hands-free, except for a little portion where there's construction going on. So that still cuts off only because the lanes are wonky. And so the vehicle still doesn't know what to do when the lanes get a little wonky. But I foresee that in the near future, as Rivian starts focusing more on autonomy, and with their autonomy day coming in December, we will see more and more of this, those like small little issues where the lanes are not noticeable or the lanes are slightly off will disappear. So I'm not too worried about that. So this is that improvement. Now let's talk about co-steer. Co-steer is really exciting, but the thing with co-steer is that it doesn't work hands-free. Obviously, you have to be able to touch the wheel in order to do it. So I'm going to focus in here on the just the UI so you can see it. But if I take my hand and put it on the wheel, so now I've gone off hands-free, all I have to do is kind of nudge the wheel a little bit to the right, and you'll see that the vehicle. Now I'm in a curve here, so let me wait here till we get to a little bit of a straighter way. But in theory, this will work anywhere. If I want to nudge it a little bit to the left, I just kind of pull the wheel a little bit to the left. You can see the vehicle has moved over to the left, and if I let go or move it back to center, it will put itself back. So let's move over lanes. And I'll show you here in this, there's a straightaway coming up, and I'll show you what I mean there, because it'll be much more noticeable in the straightaway than it will on a curve. But as an FYI, it does work on a curve as well. So it kind of will work in any scenario as long as you're just aware of your surroundings. So here we have kind of a straightaway. We don't have a vehicle near me, but if I gently kind of push the wheel to the right just a little bit, not too far, not too hard, you'll see the vehicle starts moving to the right. And you can see if I hold it there, it will hold the right lane. If I let go, it will come back to center. And I can do the same thing to the left side. If I want to just nudge a little bit because maybe I have a semi next to me, I can nudge it, let go of my hands, and we're back to center. Again, go to the right, boom, let go, back to center. And that's what Code Steer looks like on the highway, as well as the additional roads that they've added to the Rivian hands-free navigation. That's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this 2025.34 video review overview that I did. As always, remember that Rivian releases these software updates in batches, and it takes through the course of usually 2 weeks for Connect Plus owners to get it. So if you are not a Connect Plus owner, I recommend you get Connect Plus so that you can get it faster. But if you're not, if you are, don't want to get Connect Plus, you can wait a couple of weeks and you'll get it. For like more detailed information on when exactly your vehicle starts getting it, I recommend you check out my buddy Chad's website, rivianroamer.com. I'll drop a link in the description below. It's not a paid advertising or anything. He's just a friend, and I really enjoy what he does with that platform. It's safe, secure, and it gets you a lot of fun information about your Rivian. So I'll drop a link below. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I will see you in the next video.